Brad Pitt in Fight Club, Zac Efron in Baywatch, and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. They weren't massive bodybuilders, they were just lean. And sure, they had help, Hollywood lighting, CGI, maybe even a bit of that secret sauce, but that's not the point. Because with the right approach, you don't need any of that. And neither do you need perfect genetics, millions of dollars, or to spend hours in the gym every day. You can even eat chocolate, lots of it. You just need a good attitude and a clear plan. I've helped so many people just like you, even women in their 50s get shredded without being miserable in the process. In this video, I'll be breaking down the #1 diet habit that unlocks the transformation you want, crucial training principles that took me 13 years to master, and the secret Hollywood hack that stars rely on, and you can start using that today. But before we dive in, if you can understand this one simple concept, fat loss is going to become 100 times easier for you. Imagine you just came back from holiday and you went a little bit overboard, and now you're on $1,000 worth of debt. And if you don't pay that back, the bank's coming to get your car. So you need to borrow some money ASAP. You got 3 options. Your mom, but she's retired. Your brother, but he's in jail for some reason. Or your rich uncle. Jackpot. Now, when it comes to fat loss, your body works the exact same way. When you burn more calories than you eat, you're creating an energy debt, and your body needs to borrow that energy from somewhere. But it's not going to be borrowing it from your rich uncle. It borrows it from your stored fat. That's your emergency energy savings. And that's exactly how your fat loss works. You consistently burn more energy than you eat, so your body starts dipping into its fat savings account to cover the difference. Now, in my life, I've got nothing. Yes, I have family, but Food's my life. It's all I got. And if I didn't master this one habit early on, I'd probably be 20 kilos heavier. Now let me explain it to you like this. When you're feeling air in your tires, you don't just keep pumping and give it a kick and say, yeah, that's about right. That's how you end up stranded on the highway. You check the exact air pressure because precision matters. And your body works the exact same way. When you don't track your food, you're likely overeating without realizing it. And that could be why all your hard work isn't showing in the mirror. Even professional chefs, like actual trained professionals, cannot guess the difference between 100 grams of rice and 150 grams of rice. And this little mistake could mean hundreds of extra calories you're not aware of. And guess what? These Hollywood people, they're tracking every single thing they eat. Every single gram, every calorie is all measured. Here's what you can do, and I recommend you trying it for just 1 month. 1 month. And that's step 1. Grab a food scale, put your plate on it, and hit 0. Step 2. Add food, weigh it raw in grams. Step 3. Log it. I use ChatGPT because it's fast, but you can use any tracking app for this. And step 4. Repeat for each ingredient: rice, chicken, veggies, and boom. Bon appétit. Je m'appelle croissant. All this takes is a 20% effort, and it delivers 80% of the physique you're chasing. And this takes maybe 5 minutes extra, but it teaches you the most important fat loss skill of your life: calorie awareness, understanding how many calories are in the foods you're eating. Now, why is this one the most important? Because every night your cravings start calling you. Come to me. I'm here. Eat me. Come eat me. But after following this for a while, you know that an ice cream cone is about 200 calories and a slice of Oreo cheesecake is around 540. Both make you super happy. But now that you started counting calories, you're in a position to make a smarter investment with your calories. And also, if you know you're going to eat dessert later like an animal, you eat a little lighter earlier. Balance it out as you weigh your food. And boom! You stay in a calorie deficit without giving up the foods you love. Once you start tracking, hitting your protein goal becomes way easier. You're not going to be just guessing anymore. And then once you've hit your protein goal and you're on a calorie deficit, that combo unlocks the look you're after. Lean muscle plus fat loss. That's the Fight Club physique right there. So these Hollywood fuckers, they've got personal chefs. Now, what a chef really gives them is convenience and consistency. You can kind of recreate that as well. It's not exactly the same, but we can try our best. Pick simple meals that take under 15 minutes to prepare. Things like eggs, oats, Greek yogurt, tuna salads, fruits, protein shakes. And if you're properly cooking, cook in big batches. One effort, but multiple meals. And if you really hate cooking, then get married. And if you're already married with no food, then get remarried. And here's something most people never realize. Hollywood actors don't train harder than you. They're just training smarter. I've been training for over 13 years. I've done hundreds of courses, bought a mountain of programs from the best coaches in the world. And in that time, I've done a lot of stupid shit. So I'm going to save you the years of trial and error and give you the quick training lessons I wish someone told me when I first started. When you train in the gym, think of yourself as an investor. So every exercise you do better be giving you the returns you need. You want to get lean and muscular. Then in your 1 hour at that gym, you have to prioritize the exercise that builds that body. Let's take shoulders for example. If you want lean, broad shoulders, then shoulder presses, lateral raises, that's where your time goes. Not burpees, not 15 minutes of stretching. Burpees burn calories, okay, sure. But you can burn calories by lifting weights and walking as well. You don't choose your exercises because they burn calories. I can't explain to you how much time I spent training my abs thinking I could sculpt a six-pack through just crunches alone. Because the truth is, you can't choose where you lose fat from, but you can choose where you can build muscle. Fat loss is like squeezing water out of a sponge. You can't decide which corner drains first. It all gets squeezed out gradually. So you've got to audit everything you do and only invest your effort into what actually pays off. Now let me give you a simple framework to choose effective exercises. First thing is, does it give you a good stretch at the bottom of the rep? Because some movements are just simply so much better for building muscle. And that deep stretch is the secret sauce to building muscle. Second thing is, can you progressively overload it easily? If it's hard to progress, you're not going to build so much muscle over time using that. And lastly, does it feel good for your body? If an exercise beats the crap out of your joints, you feel like shit doing it, it's just not sustainable. And if you want to skip the guesswork, I've put together a free sample program inside my 10% body fat blueprint. It's packed with my go-to exercises. They've been tested through years of trial and error, and I've been learning from the best coaches in the world, paying them so much money to buy their programs, and also put in a small, simple nutrition guide so you'll never stress about what to eat again. The link's in the description, and all I want in return is a picture of your feet. Now, once you got the right exercises, all you gotta do is work hard, but not too hard. I've had the kind of injuries that keep surgeons up at night. So please, learn from my pain. I wish I knew earlier that you don't need to have a near-death experience or go to absolute failure after every single set. Because research shows you'll get nearly identical muscle growth, stopping just 2 to 3 reps shy of failure. So find that sweet spot and make sure your muscles get at least 48 to 72 hours of recovery before you can train them again. And finally, for the secret hack that all these Hollywood beauties are leveraging. Getting lean for them isn't what it's like for you and me. They're not doing it for their confidence or for health. They're doing it for contracts, careers, and millions of dollars. They have strict deadlines, high financial stakes, public pressure, and careers that depend on how they look. So staying in shape for them isn't optional, it's mandatory. Obviously, we don't have Marvel contracts or TMZ outside our houses. But here's how you can create your own version of that same accountability. Get people involved. There's nothing more powerful than a consistent gym partner. I even know people who've placed bets saying, yeah, I'm gonna lose this, and they bet money and they actually stick to it. So get as many people as you can involved. You can also join my free daily fat loss tips. I send you bite-sized hacks to keep you consistent and motivated. And if you're ever slacking, you get a notification from me. It's basically me telling you to move your ass. Links in the description if you want that. Any form of external pressure keeps you showing up, so leverage that. Set short but very clear deadlines. Like by Sunday, I'll hit 70,000 steps and I'll do at least 5 workouts. And if you do that, you get a nice reward which excites you. And if you don't, you get a consequence, which is something you really dread. So make it match and track everything. Progress pictures, your workout logs, how much weight you're lifting. Because once you start seeing progress, that is rocket fuel for you. And finally, use emotion. I love doing this. Whether you're chasing the next level at work, you're proving people wrong, or you're bouncing back from a setback, use that fire. Turn your pain into progress. Make this feel like your do or die moment. Because when your back's against the wall, that's when you fight your hardest. So track your food, master calorie awareness so you can eat what you love and get lean at the same time. You happy? Me happy. Train with intention. Live smart, not just hard. Every rep should build the physique you actually want and create accountability. Build pressure. Use deadlines, people, and emotion to stay consistent when your motivation fades away. This is simple, powerful, and proven. You've got to also understand that the standards set by Hollywood and even the fitness industry are often extremely unrealistic. A lot of what you see is steroids, filters, perfect lighting, and some of these guys literally fast and completely dehydrate themselves for a single photo or a scene.
But you lose like 10 pounds of all of this water weight.
My advice, ignore all the noise. Just focus on yourself. Aim to be a little bit better than what you were yesterday. If you're sitting at around 10 to 15% body fat, you're feeling strong, you're loving the process, and you're able to sustain it in the long term, that's a win. And that's what it's all about. Now that you know how to get a Hollywood physique, if you want to shortcut months of frustration and learn the fastest way to a 10% body fat, in this video, I break it all down.